Hi everybody, I'm Mo and welcome to Momda's Life Handmade. Today I'm going to share a mini thrift haul and a mega thrift flip. So I'm going to take a small thrifted item and turn it into three beautiful everyday use home decor items. So first thing first, let's see the thrift haul. To begin, this is what I thrifted. It looks like just a box, but it has some content in it. People get it as gifts for someone. People receive it as gifts or mementos. And some people like to decorate with it. Some people keep it for a while and then don't know what to do with it. They always come with such boxes here. These are beautiful boxes. This looks pretty aged. It's an old piece. Somebody did not want it anymore and had to get rid of it, and it has this memento or a silver plate or plaque. So item number one for thrift haul is this box, which is a sturdy box with hinges and locks here, and it's got a velvet cover and has nice soft backing, sponge backing in it. So it's a good box. So that's one thing. Then I'm going to take this thing out. So if I take it out, this is how the inside of the box looks like. It's pretty shabby. So one flip item is going to be this box. Next thing that I'm going to flip here is this plate of plaque was attached on this base. So this has an attachment here, you can see, to make it stand. So I'm going to use this as a picture frame or a sign, standing sign, something like that. So this is going to be the item number two that I'm going to flip here. The third item, of course, is this plate of plaque. I just covered the essential details. That really doesn't matter for the DIY. Other than that, if you can see here, there are some detailing work done on the sides. I really want to keep the detailing. Now I don't know whether this is antique silver or not. I don't think so. It must be some kind of alloy, but the way it has tarnished, it's very different. But it hasn't tarnished in a very beautiful manner. Just this golden yellowish tinge about it, yet silverish. So I will check if I can polish it to bring out the tarnished silver or the nice glow about it. Otherwise, I'm going to paint it. So this is the third item that is going to get a flip. So 3 in 1. So I got just one item or 3 in 1 item, and I'm going to do 3 decor flips. Let's start. Here is the decorative or the ornate plate, and here is a toothpaste, regular white toothpaste, and my trick with it. I take some toothpaste in my finger and rub it over the area which I think is silver and needs to be polished, and just spread it all around. Apply a thin coat of toothpaste all over the surface that needs to be polished, and then I take a damp piece of a rag, fabric, and just wipe it off, rub it off, and the shine comes through. You can appreciate the shine that is come before and after effects. There's definitely an improvement. It looks much better now, but it doesn't look the way that I would like to keep. Moreover, the center part has written matter which I just don't want, and anyways have to paint it. So I just cleaned up the plaque and went over to the painting step. I painted the inside in black so that it looks like a chalkboard or a blackboard, over which I'll put some patterns. Then I took a very light grey, very subtle grey, and I am applying it on the outer rim as well as the ornate border, decorative border, and I'm making sure that I go into each and every crevices, each and every depth of this design, so that it's all filled with grey. The black rusty thing which did not even go with the toothpaste should get all hidden with this gray. So there is a gray, uniform gray border, and this gray color is really very neutral, modern, farmhousey, and I think I like the combination, and this is going to turn into a beautiful farmhouse style decor or modern decor as well as shabby chic. Let's see. So after this, uh, I started with lots of fabric colors, whites, reds, yellows, greens, and just made a pattern. For me, painting is definitely my first choice for hobbies, and I just love doing it, learning new skills, and it's really therapeutic. It's kind of meditational. So I wanted a floral pattern and went ahead with it. Once I was happy with my pattern, my bouquet of flowers, I think it's pretty. I took some white acrylic paint and my brush, and I just went over the ornate portion of the border only. Not going into the depth, going across the ornate patterns, not into the depth, just to make it highlight or stand out against the grey background, and it looks spectacular. You can see the difference between just dull grey and grey topped up with the white. So there is more defined design and pattern, and I think this ordinary looking plate or plaque that it was, now it has turned out to be a gorgeous shabby chic farmhouse decor. It's just so beautiful and will stay in my decor for a long time to come. My today's video is part of the beautiful DIY collaboration that is hosted by Sandra from the channel The Showing's Nest, and I'm so happy and glad to be part of this collaboration with Sandra, and I want to thank Sandra for having me in this thrift flip DIY collaboration along with many other YouTubers. So I'll put link to Sandra's channel and to the playlist where all the group of DIY YouTubers are here today to show our DIYs in this collaboration. To make sure to check out those links in my description box. For my second DIY, this is the frame or the stand over which the plaque was kept. So the first thing is I want to remove the top portion, detach it from basically the frame or the stand. So it is stuck to it using some nails, and I just pulled it and took it out somehow. So I have this frame cleaned out, and I'm just going to attach something on top of it, a base of white cardstock paper, and then just go ahead and make my sign. So I took a white cardstock paper in the same size as that of this frame, and then I'm going to give it that shiplap look, farmhouse, modern farmhouse look. I'm just taking a ruler and some felt tip pen and making horizontal parallel lines. I'll later define them further. Then I decided to add my words, simple handwritten. You can use stencils or Cricut, whatever you prefer. I just wrote a simple words, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, and it's so true. Then I had this card with me. Somebody gave it long time back. I just kept it because of the pretty florals in front. I'll just cut the floral piece out and just glue it on top of my sign. It looks pretty. Let's make it more beautiful. I had these check pattern printed out with me and I use it often for my crafts. I'm going to cut out a thin strip of this which will fit into the size of my sign and glue it at the base, at the lowermost shiplap plank. I took some grey crayon and I went over the shiplap lines to give it the feel of more depth, to make it feel like real shiplap, because the 2D effect will be lost and it will look like 3D effect, planks of wood put together. Now to complete the Mackenzie Childs look, one has to put some gold. So some gold acrylic paint and brush, and I just make a line with just over the check pattern. So it's like Mackenzie Childs married with farmhouse, modern farmhouse decor, and we have a beautiful sign to decorate for any time of the year. Welcome my old friends, and if you're new here, another warm welcome. Please look around at my channel, and if you love the content, which is about doing lots of DIYs, lots of crafts, trash to treasures, high-end tubes, all kinds of crafts related to home within budget, and if you love such content, please consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button given below the video, and to hit the notification bell with the ringing bell option so that you're notified each time I post my video. For the third and the final DIY, this is the box that I showed you, and the clasps work fine, but it's rusted and dull. When I open it, it's pretty dirty inside, so let's clean it. So first thing, I took some sandpaper, fine sandpaper, and just rubbed the bottom part of it as well as over the clasp. I made sure that I really rubbed neatly, took away all the rusted portion from the clasp, because the clasp is functionally very well structured. It's still working in a good working condition. Only thing, it has got rusted, so I'm just taking off all the rust using a sandpaper. For cleaning, I also took a new brush. It's a clean brush, and I'm just brushing off the surface of the box. It's a velvet covered box, so using a brush was a very easy technique. I didn't have to do anything else, no washing required, just brushing it off, cleaned off the box magically well. Next, the inside, the top part, the ceiling part is lined with sponge and a layer of white satin, but the bottom looks shabby. So I'm taking a piece of printed paper in white with little black designs on it so that the contents are easily seen through, and I'm going to cut it to size and glue it in the center. So when I just measured and cut out the piece, I just cut snips on the edges so that it can be easily folded, neatly folded, and there are no creases, and it sits in as if a professional did this box. So after I glued everything down neatly, whatever was excess, I'll trim it off. I also covered the edge, which has this ribbon attachment, so that the box can stand open neatly. So even covered that so that it looks a neat finish. Then I took some silver acrylic paint, and I'm going to go over it, paint over the clasp and the hinges so that it gets that new glow, the new life. I realized this edge of my box, the inner lip of the box, is kind of veered off, is kind of dull and has veered off, and so I'm going to apply a layer of blue acrylic paint matching with that of my box color so that it starts looking new again. So once this was done, this is ready, and I think I'll give it to my daughter who is growing up and will have a lot of contents that she would like to organize. So I think this box will turn out very useful for her. I hope you liked my today's DIYs, my thrift haul and thrift flips, which turned out not only useful, beautiful at the same time. I want to thank Sandra for having me in this collab, and I'll see you all very soon with another DIY. Until then, stay positive, be creative, and be happy.